Hello and welcome to Trading 5 Talents. In today's video, we're talking about the use of a cost basis calculator. But before we begin, I just want to say I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Any trades I mention are not trade recommendations, but either an example trade or a past trade I've made. So please don't enter into any trades you see here. Now let's get into the video. All right, the cost basis calculator, this is going to be a simple video on a spreadsheet that I made that helps me track how much I paid per share. And here are the directions. So I made this in Google Sheets just like I did with the trade log. And if you're interested in that wheel strategy trading log, I'll leave a link in the description to both the video on how to use it as well as the Google Sheet document so that you can use it for your own trading. Now, this is free, just like the trade log was. Download link is in the description, and what I use it for is to find the average share price of the shares that I'm currently holding. Now I can do this by hand each time, but I thought because I do it so frequently, I should actually use a calculator. So let's take a deeper dive into this calculator. Okay, so here we are in the cost basis calculator, and I've set it up right now for just two example stocks, but ABC and XYZ, but you can set it up for as many as you need. Just right click on here and you can duplicate this particular tab. So up here, I put the name of the stock that I'm using, or the ticker symbol of the stock that I'm using, as well as in the tab, just so it's easy to see and there's no confusion. So for each row, you're going to add in the number of shares that you purchased and the price that you purchased at. So these are the only two inputs that you have to make. Now, once you make the quantity and the price, this cost will actually calculate for you. And this column right here, this P&L, or the profit and loss, is going to be based on what happens above it up here. So let's start with each of these things at 0, and let's just leave this blank. Okay, so just having a fresh start here. So let's say we purchase 100 shares of ABC at $10. So $10, 100 shares, it costs us $1,000, 10 times 100, that makes sense. Now, we want to imagine then, if ABC goes to $12 per share, how much would we make? Well, we would make $200. And that's pretty easy because now it's $1,200 in value minus the $1,000 we paid for it, that's $200. Right, but let's say ABC goes down a little bit. Let's say it goes down to, I don't know, $8, and we bought 100 shares again at $8. So now our cost for that is $800, 100 shares at $8. And if ABC goes up to $12, then you're going to see how much we're going to make in each of these. $200 on this lot, $400 on this lot. But what's important here, I think, is it tells you how many shares you own and what your cost basis is. If you bought 100 shares at $10 and you bought 100 shares at $8, now you've got 200 shares and the average price, or the cost basis, is $9 per share. Now, I think this is important because many times I have purchased shares not in 100 share increments. I've purchased shares, 10 at a time, or 50 at a time, and then maybe another 20 here, and then another 10 here, and then another 10 here. And they're all at different prices. And so when they are, then I want to know, of these 100 shares that I own, what is my final cost basis? And so I can see that it's 100 shares at $8.22. So if I sell a covered call on these shares that I own, and I can because I have 100 of them, then I know I need to sell it for at or above my cost basis. So let's say I sell it for $8.50. Then I will see overall, I will lose $15 on this lot, I will lose $25 on this lot, but I will gain money on these lots in here. So I can sum that up just by selecting all of them and highlighting all of them. And then down here in the corner, it gives you the sum. So I would make $27.70 if I sold these shares at $8.50 a piece. And I would keep the premium for selling this covered call. So this is how I use it to know what I need to sell my covered calls at. Again, you can do it by hand if you want to, but sometimes you hold these shares for quite a while and you want to have that continual reference and check back to see how many shares you actually own and what the cost basis is for each of these lots of 100. So I've set it up for 2 stocks, but again, you can add as many as you need, and I hope this will be a help to you. And again, this is free, and the link is in the description down below. So if you have any questions about this calculator or about selling options in general, just leave a comment down below and I'll answer it as quickly as possible. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about the wheel strategy and how I use it for lifestyle trading, click on the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you can catch all the updates. Until next time, trade wisely and take care.